That's awesome.
Kind of. But remind me a little?
Okay.
Now you can
I was
finally
after
eat
the
breakfast.
secret of
Is
Monkey
she
Island,
able to
and
finally
I
eat
decided
some
that the
real
easiest
breakfast
path to
food,
the island
Mike?
was to sign on to crew on LeChuck's ship. I would mount a
Finally?
mutiny at some convenient time. There were two problems. I needed a mop to get the job, and they knew who I was. Now, back to the story.
That's awesome.
I'm really glad they did that because I just said, do you remember where we were? You can eat breakfast. You can eat brunch. It's breakfast for you, and so yes and no. What's the yes and what is the no? What can't she eat?
Well, he said he can eat breakfast.
Was there a reason, or was it?
Oh no, because Mike didn't want to make fancy breakfasts if his wife couldn't eat them. So he's been not doing a lot of,
Tell me again about the hook.
That once
breakfasts
belonged to the
that he
Dread
likes to
Pirate
eat.
Meat
you know,
Hook.
trying to respect his wife,
Right.
which is, of course, what I expect from Mr. Wonderful Mike Cade. Poke the plank.
Tell me again about the plank.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
Okay, so she cannot eat nuts or seeds, citrus, so no fruit. Can she drink orange juice?
No tomato-based
And
stuff.
no tomato-based stuff. Is it the seeds that are causing the problem with tomatoes, or how is that going to work for you who loves, I don't know, spaghetti and stuff like that? How does that? Last night I made an alternative. So there is that.
Tell me
but
again
they
about
did
the
have
lady with the
sun-dried
pig leg.
tomatoes in
That
them, but
belonged to
you
the
didn't have
infamous
to have
pig
it.
leg patty.
And that
she
was
used
a
to hide a
Tuscan
spare
chicken.
cutlass in it, in case of capture.
No
Sadly,
citrus, tomatoes,
that's the reason she's
because
no
of
longer
the
with us.
acidity. The acid.
Oh, that makes sense because when you're cooking with, like, when you're making a red sauce, sometimes you'll add in, like, sugar to counteract the acidity of the tomatoes.
Interesting. And they don't have any kind of medicine or pills or anything that can help with the breaking down of the acids?
Tell me again about the wanted poster.
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize.
Well, then she could still have your eggs and your gluten-free bacon and all that stuff.
Tell
that
me
you
again about
make.
the mug.
It was found in the Malay jail many
Okay,
years
so
ago.
it's part of the
after an
healing
incident where like
process.
20
Like
pirates
what?
escaped.
It was just one pirate, actually.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 20.
I would think you'd care more about accuracy. What kind of museum is this?
Museum of Pirate Lore. Did you miss the sign on the way in?
Tell me again about the gear.
It's from the Malay Clock Tower.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I found, like, some pirate... cracker mix back here.
Yeah. I understand,
Especially
Mike.
fortified for the healthy parrot
But
diet.
there, at least you can do some things that you've been wanting to do for breakfasts, or options.
Pirate
eggs,
Times.
things
Editor
like that.
Conrad Lee. Ready to publish your unrecognized genius. Note to the reader. No disguised secrets are revealed in this book. It's hopeless. It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife. It's good for relieving stress.
I got a sponge. Now, part of the healing process, I also used a sponge. I learned how to grout tile about a week or two ago, and after you apply the grout, you generally have a large sponge, so not just like a small little hand one, but it's a much larger one used to help wipe up the grout and stuff like that, which fortunately it was just in my basement along with a whole bunch of other like supplies. There was the grout mix and old paint samples and stuff, so leftovers from the previous owner.
For what?
Talking about sponges and grout.
Ah,
It's soft and extra fuzzy. This has gotten me out of a lot of scrapes over the years.
You get the horse armor if you pre-ordered the game. I think it's intended as a gag. Maybe there's something you do, but who knows?
This was a good idea. They magnify stuff even better since I stuck them
I
together.
wonder if this is one of those slightly harder puzzles that would not be there if you're playing easy mode.
so what are we trying
I've
to
got
do?
a few
exactly?
coins for incidentals.
It would help.
The pen
to
is
know.
mightier than the sword. This is awesome. Now I can open one of the jail cells.
This is nice to also have, so you just remember.
Ah, disguise. And a mop handle.
Yeah. So I think I have an idea
Is it
of
the-
what we might need to do. So we probably need to use the parrot, distract it, or do something with that, or maybe. Well, I mean that parrot squawks. I'm kind of almost wondering we got that parrot food. What if we put then like bubble gum or something in it, or maybe just feed it so it's busy with that, so it doesn't make noise when you're trying to.
Which
unlock
would be
this.
so Scratch made banana pancakes and we will have sausage patties with them. Yum. And is this have you been cooking regular, or has this just today is the day she finally can eat regular food again? Some regular food again.
I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now.
Yeah, I get that.
And there's nothing in there, right?
Museum of Pirate Lore.
Unless there's a hint of this or something. But... Oh!
Well, at least we got the trivia card.
Oh, I used to love these when I was 6.
Loves it when he was a kid, loves it when he was 6. Well, it sounds delicious, Mike. I hope it tastes as good as it sounds.
How many hot air balloons can be seen from the park? I guess you'd have to go replay the beginning.
Oh,
I
man.
saw one trivia card. It was something like, when did David Fox start working at LucasArts or something like
Oh, that one's probably easy to find,
Yeah,
I guess.
it's like, I got a book that probably has that answer.
Yeah, and a Google search. And the past 2 weeks, she's been slowly incorporating solid
Warning.
foods back.
The dark forest ahead is
Nice.
deadly and twisty.
I'm
Maps
sure
are highly
that's going to
recommended.
make things a lot better for you all. You just have to get around the tomato product stuff and citrus.
A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot
Unfortunately,
known
I
for its
don't know of
tasteful
any
coloration,
fruits
slight wiggle, and loads
that
of tiny
provide-
sharp teeth.
that aren't citrus. Fruits that are not citrus.
Pumpkin considered a fruit technically?
Pumpkin is considered a very much a vegetable, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it has its seeds inside.
Well,
So,
okay,
I mean, it
what's
might be
the
one of
deal?
those things like a tomato. They'll call it like, you know, technically.
Hey Siri, is pumpkin considered a fruit? While commonly viewed as a vegetable, pumpkin is scientifically a fruit because it contains seeds.
Ooh, purple flowers. These
Okay,
must
so
be
let's
teasel,
ask it this.
or alliums, or clematis.
Is a pumpkin considered citrus?
Ah,
Yeah, mushrooms.
purple flowers.
So pumpkin
These must be
is
lavender,
considered a
or
citrus
monkshood,
fruit.
or cyclamen.
A citrus.
And she can't have caffeine either. It's the
I'm
seeds,
hopelessly lost without a map.
like an orange. But
Well,
that
that
doesn't
one-
make any
that
sense
one.
because
Warning.
that
The dark forest
Well,
ahead is deadly and
it's
twisty.
the internet. Take
Maps
it
are
for a
highly
grain of
recommended.
salt. I'm just trying to think of ways around things, and there didn't seem to be a lot of options there. She's going to have to get her vitamin C through like one a day or
The
something
window's all
like that.
boarded
You
up,
know what I mean?
and
Those
it's very
there's
dark in here.
vitamins.
Is that an old toothbrush?
So we couldn't get into Stan's either.
The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day.
We probably have to wait till Stan. If you go back to Stan, he asked you to get his toothbrush.
Yeah, maybe we need to get something that'll help.
Can you use a knife on the door, on the wood?
Oh, there we go.
I don't want to wreck my brand new shiny
Aw.
knife. The window's all boarded up, and it's
Do
very
we have
dark
a
in here.
hammer
Is
with
that an old
a
toothbrush?
pry bar? Well, caffeine is an easy workaround because I can't have caffeine, so I am the expert when it comes to trying to make things not caffeine too much. I mean, none or little at all.
It says Tan's previously owned vessels.
But
So
it'd be
sad.
kind of, she's
Stan's
probably
used to be
gotten
the
used to
best
not
place to buy
having
used
anything
chips.
like that if she's been very limited to what she can have on her diet anyway. Decaf coffee, teas, exactly.
Yeah. Well, can you have like herbal tea?
Well,
I
only if it
think
doesn't
that's-
have caffeine in it.
That's why I said herbal tea. I mean, there's some like it's a minuscule amount, and then green tea has a little bit versus like a black tea or has
A lot more caffeine.
I don't know if it compares against like coffee, but because like in the Corman Strike books written by it's technically J.K. Rowling, but she's a pseudonym for those books. She talks about it's based out of the UK, and so the main character, like when he goes to work, he tends to put in like several bags of tea and has some tea in the morning.
Okay, let's
But
see.
it's it seems different kind of than what I see at least people in the States have. They'll have like, here's one tea bag or something. And if I have some, I'll
Can you walk the
just
plank?
keep on using the same tea bag over and over.
Can you take the rusty bucket?
There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now.
You can't take it?
Maybe we do something with it later.
The mooring.
Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now.
Well, she tries to stay completely away from it because it really aggravates her RLS. Got you. It makes it challenging, trust me, because, oh gosh, it's been like 7 years now since I've had a kidney stone, like major kidney stone incident. And I literally had to change my view on water, drink lots more water, and to stop drink with the caffeine.
If a ship was shot
except
full of holes, Stan would stick oars in it
chocolate.
and call it a galley.
Chocolate is my nemesis. It's the one thing I can't seem to step away. I was
There
able
was
to
a
stop
time when
drinking
every
coffee,
mooring would be filled with one of
only
Stan's
drink
used ships.
decaffeinated tea, but chocolate and spicy foods were my nemesis when it came to
It
that.
always looks bigger on this side of the island.
I love how the type of plow.
So I'm guessing no salsa, which means salsa less and tomato products. That list is pretty wide. Lots of fish, maybe.
I remember when this place used to be
Fish and
wall to wall with
noodles, chicken
sword
and
training
noodles.
gyms. Now there's nothing but trees.
I made a
Progress.
Tuscan chicken last night, homemade, but I did use sun-dried tomatoes, so you could take that out of the recipe. I put bacon bits in to add some more flavoring to it, a little bit of lemon. It was actually pretty good.
Hi there, little guy.
Hi.
Yeah, I made a Tuscan style herb bread. The thing that was interesting about that is in the Tuscany region of Italy, they often do not put salt in their bread. So, and the four primary ingredients of bread tend to be flour, water, salt, yeast. So it's missing one of the main components. And so that was kind of interesting. And there's kind of a fascinating set of reasons why there's no salt in those breads. There's some that go back hundreds of years saying that between the Tuscany and had a feud with Pisa, and so they refused to buy salt from Pisa. There was also things I've read saying that the Pope was taxing salt to help fund his religious wars, and so they decided to not use salt, or at least not buy it and put it in the bread. Then there's another idea, and I've read this from a couple of different accounts. One person even, asked his 90-year-old grandmother why they don't have salt. It's like, well, so much of the other things, like if you have salty cheeses and cured meats, those would be so salty that you don't need the bread to have salt as well. So it kind of balances it. Plus, the bread sometimes can be used in things like soups and desserts and such like that as well. So,
Which makes perfect sense when you think about it. Honestly, it really does.
Hi again. Oh, those
but
new pirate
it
leaders are real
tastes
jerks. They
kind
laughed
of
at me. And they
bland.
won't fund my expedition. Why
So
didn't
I
you
told
warn me?
Chad, maybe
you
a
have
little
listened?
bit of salt
course.
is,
Okay,
he did
no,
add some
probably
salt
not.
into it, right? Did you?
No.
No.
How do you think it tastes like that?
okay,
I put
so-
some herbs in it.
Right, more herbs. I told him to up the herbs. But it still tasted good, don't get me wrong. And we'd love for you all to have a piece, but
I mean, it smells good.
it smells heavenly.
Well, yeah, it definitely needs to have something on it. I mean, otherwise, yeah, if I make it again, I'll probably put some salt on it. I
A little
actually
bit of
got,
salt.
I got two different recipes, both from King Arthur. One was just, here's a standard one with no salt in it. And then the other one, the other one did have some salt in it. So this one, so if I make it again, yeah, I'll definitely probably put some salt in it. So it's kind of interesting what it can do because it affects the amount of how quickly it rises. Because salt also helps control the yeast when it's eating up the flour and stuff like that.
So anyway, it still tasted good. Don't
Re-elect
get me
Governor
wrong.
Carla.
It
She's hard on
It
softness.
was just a little bland. I felt like one of those food critics, that is like, he put a plate in front of me and I said,
It'll be
this is
my
just
ship
a
soon
little
enough.
bit bland. You needed a little salt. And you don't win the prize, whatever that was. But should have some to enhance the flavor. Exactly. But that, like I said, there are options.
I'm gonna
around
find the
tomato
secret of Monkey Island.
sauce-based pasta dishes.
It'll turn out to be a
So-
t-shirt or something.
You're just going to have to get, I know you're the primary cook, you're just going to have to get really creative, Mike.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Vegetables
for
are not
you.
a problem, right? Except for the seeds. If it has seeds in them, so you got to scoop all
Don't
the
look
seeds
now, but
out
I think
of
there's a
everything
leech on your
except
chin.
The tomatoes leave off the menu.
I came across somebody on Twitter saying mentioning how great it was, but disappointed you couldn't ask somebody about Loom. And I didn't say anything, but I think other people let's keep going back and maybe get the chance.
Oh, how funny is that?
Hey,
Because we
Cobb.
already did
You
the
again.
Loom thing.
I know you.
Nice talking to you. See, we've done it. We've done the Loom.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
You just have to be persistent and keep
Fancy.
pushing it. Can you get the candle?
Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week.
I
don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, a hot food.
yeah, but I'm not.
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir.
Waiter, I can't understand why this is taking so long. Just bring me what the governor served me last week.
Maybe we have to ask
course,
the
sir.
governor what
Sorry
they
for the delay.
served last week.
Waiter,
Let's start there,
I
because
can't
that's like the
understand.
very
Just bring me
first
what.
Of course, sir.
clue that we've gotten so far. I don't want to talk to those schmoes. And this is the guy who's going to tell us we need a mop, and makes it sound like the
Remind me
mop
never to
is
eat here again.
the holy grail of. And he won't let us take his mop, or maybe he will.
I'm thinking we need to.
Carb.
Stay away from my mom.
See. Sniff it.
Ugh, I remember that stench as if
We
it were
sniffed
yesterday.
it last week.
You look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse, Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it.
course.
I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
Where did he? No, we know that. If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
Of course, I'm a cook. See the hat?
Yeah. Look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Can I ask you again about the mop I need to make?
Sure.
Remind me how to find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is.
Right, remember, it's
because
your journey.
This is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood did you say the tree was?
I didn't.
Ah.
Okay, thanks. How's it going with that nightmare customer guy?
My stomach feels like it's full of cannonballs and splintered robots.
Let's go see the governor.
Oh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads, but I can't think about that right now.
I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks.
Okay, I don't think that was the last time. Or something.
The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the...
If you listen close, you can hear the gears grinding.
She gives us hints.
They're mostly gone now. Hardly anyone left to pick up the pieces.
What's? Oh, that's a bird. I thought
The
that was a
queen
fish.
always gives way to a new queen.
That's just.
She vanished along with the ship. I told her not to go.
Someone vanished. Yeah, let's go to the governor's mansion. It's the best clue we've had so far. And see if we can talk to Carla. Hope she doesn't ask for her book back.
I've come for a recipe. A dish you served at a recent function. It's been described as hot and having ingredients in it. Ring any bells?
I do host plenty of functions, but I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Can we go up the steps? I bet you we cannot borrow any book if we don't return a book.
Oh, ingredients
by Barbie LaFleur. Barbie, like Bobby LaFleur. Got it.
Can I borrow this book?
One book at a time. I only trust you so far.
This is a
Where's our book?
neat puzzle, I guess.
Okay, we need to return the book we got. And then we can get
Thanks.
the ingredients by Barbie LaFleur.
Thanks for returning my book. Maybe you have learned to be responsible. Next time you can just put it in the bookshelf yourself.
Awesome, so we don't even have to stop at her.
Stupid Captain Madison.
It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty.
Borrow it.
Can I borrow this cookbook?
You cook like a cow.
So far,
That's why I need the
yeah, it's
cookbook.
really fun.
Fine.
That's why I
Fine.
Thanks. I won't let you down.
My
I'll
guests
definitely
were
return
enjoying
this.
it so far.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Arr.
I've been trying not to see any spoilers or anything like that.
We are gonna, yeah.
At least the good news I've heard is people have really liked the ending.
We yeah, we're also trying not to do any walkthroughs or anything right
Yeah,
now.
there is a hint system in this game as well.
So,
We haven't had to use it.
we-
I have
yeah.
something to show.
Okay. And I appreciate how much you two care. It means more than you know. Of course, Mike, you're my bud. We've known you for 4 years now. Coming on 4 years, believe it or not. And so of course we care. And care about all you. I mean, you know, sometimes it doesn't feel real because we're electronically attached. But what isn't this day? I mean, in this day and age, what isn't electronically attached in a way? So,
So here's something that was kind of a surprise. So a number of years ago, probably looking at close to 20 years ago, I liked subscribing to PC Gamer magazine, but I ended up not renewing over time because just how the wave of computer games at the time, the magazine really did not focus much on adventure games. Not that 20 years ago there was a lot of new stuff coming out anyway. So how is this for cool? A PC Gamer front cover is Return to Monkey Island. And so I think this was a little before it came out, so there was just mostly talking a little bit about how the game even came about. And they did mention that they got it done in about 2 years, which is impressive. I mean, hopefully it was with all the work they had done with Thimbleweed Park and the little Doors minigame. Perhaps that helped have, you know, game engine and tools set up to be able to make a new game. So that's what I'm hoping happened with that, because there was a talk with Corey and Laurie Cole of Quest for Glory fame, and they were talking about the difficulties in making their own game engine when they were making Hero U. And the two guys from Andromeda who made the Space Quest series just released Space Venture, and so they probably encountered a lot of the same issues of, hey, you're having to make your own game engine now. One of the advantages that Sierra and Lucas had back in the day was there was already a game engine out there. And so, you know, you had somebody that was making the tools and stuff like that. So you didn't have to go make your own game engine, make all the extra tools on your own. So you could focus more on, let's make the game. So, I mean, there are some things that, you know, you can buy game engines now, but that was really cool to see, you know, front cover article about Return to Monkey Island. So that was nice to see. It was a little pricey too. And let me see if I can find that little bit about It Takes Two.
otherwise, it's just not a whole lot that's overwhelming on that magazine. Elden Ring's in there.
Yeah, so at the top it says top 100 PC games for playing in 2022. So they just kind of, so it's not like top 100 games of all time, but kind of saying playing this year. So they have a list of various games from the last couple of years, and they do have one for It Takes Two. released last year. It Takes Two is a co-op adventure in which a divorce-bound couple's kid accidentally turns them into toys. The story is nothing special, and I hate that damn thrusting, gyrating book. But It Takes Two has some of the best platforming we've ever seen, so it deserves a spot. That poor elephant, though.
That's their opinion. I thought it was delightful. I did not like the book. I have to agree with them on that. But I've met people who do like the book.
Who? Lie.
Slayer. Believe it or not, Slayer actually liked the book when I played with him.
End of the plank. Combat strategies. Book of treasure maps would probably be that.
Oh, I'm sure, but why don't we read the book that's in our inventory? That's what I was setting it up for.
It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty.
Let's take it to the cook.
Yeah. It's hot.
Did you read the label on the Cracker Mix? Is there anything special?
It just says fortified for parrots.
It was a really cute, interesting game, and so was Tinykins. The book is shit. The book drives you insane. I do think it was some of the best platforming. I agree with that 100%. And wasn't too awfully all over the top either, right, Mike? I mean, we had some time events and things like that, and sometimes but I think you lost all those streams, didn't you? Or do you still have all the streams and you're going to put it out on YouTube sometime?
Is what you want one of the recipes in this cookbook?
You lost
How
all the
should I
streams
know?
from that.
I'm not a cook.
It seems like a good difficulty level. Yeah, you couldn't choose what difficulty you played it on. It was one size fits all. And so it was either challenging or it wasn't challenging. But I wish we wouldn't have lost all those streams.
I found this at the Governor's Mansion.
We had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun with that.
The mystery dish must be in there. I have no idea which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all.
Looks
I
like
better
they
get
wait
to
a
work.
year, forget
Thanks,
about
Guybrush.
it in our old age and play it again. While my hands last, Mike. So I use my squeeze ball to keep my hands fresh. And Medicine Hat, how are you?
There we go.
We got the mop.
I carved it off the cook's mop handle. Good times.
There we go.
This will be excellent.
So what are we
It's like a
gonna...
miniature dance
There
party.
we go. You keep saying there we go. What is the purpose of what we just did there?
It's Carla's copy of Ingredients by Barbie
He'll
LaFleur.
never complain again.
All right, keep him busy. He's got...
Brilliant innovation. Ingredients indeed.
Too funny.
Waiter, I can't understand why this is taking so long. Just bring me what the governor served me last week.
Of course, sir. Sorry for the delay.
You got a sliver of wood
Yeah.
for...
It's Elaine's flyer about how limes
Try to
combat
find
scurvy.
a magical
It's important,
mop
but boring.
tree.
I've never once made it all the way to the end.
Do we go in the jungle now?
Well, I'm gonna see if we can show this to.
Oh, that might be a good idea. The voodoo lady. Nope. May just chat with her.
Is this the year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Tell me again about Laney and the eye patch.
Captain John Laney was renowned as the pirate of 1,000 faces. It was said that he could fool his best friend with nothing more than an eye patch. That legend is true, but only because the eye patch he used was filled with much voodoo magic. The eye patch still exists, It is on display at the Museum of Pirate Lore here on Melee Island. If an enterprising person such as yourself were to liberate it and bring it here, I could most likely get it working again.
Got it. Thanks. Got any other mystical advice or information for me?
No.
And nothing we can take there. International House of Mojo.
If any clock were the exception to that rule, it would be this one.
Oh, he did say that if we got a sample of the wood. Talk to Wally. Yeah. I vaguely remember giving him a...
Wally, here's a sample of the wood you
Okay,
wanted.
there.
Can you make me a map
Okay,
now?
10 minutes later.
Easier trying to get a book about maps.
There we go.
Here it is.
Thanks, Wally.
Thank you, Wally.
There we go. I'm glad I remembered that. I
Yay.
was like,
Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah.
like, we do a show. I was thinking for a show up maybe to the Voodoo Lady or something, so.
all right, where's our tree? It's up on the top.
Okay, showing like purple, mushrooms. Oh, okay, that's why he'll comment on some of those things. Okay.
Okay, that's the museum.
Yeah.
Well, you think it's the governor's mansion? Yeah, it's right over there at Blue House. Museum, okay. Okay, can you walk behind it? There we go. Okay, so the map. So we walk behind it. We gotta take our. Not really seeing anything purple there in that old. Oh, purple flower. Okay, just admire the purple flower.
Purple flowers. These must be lavender, or monkshood, or cycling.
Okay.
I guess I lost my way.
What? Maybe you should have followed the map instead of the flowers. So,
1, 2, 3.
yeah, but you
Oh,
turned.
okay, I missed one. Okay, so it's
Okay.
okay. 3 purples, then mushrooms.
Okay, that, yeah, because you turned and it was not right. Okay. There's a flower up that way, and now we should see a mushroom, and then a flower off in the, and then, good thing the map opens again, mushroom. To X marks the spot. Hello, Mel. Hello, chat. Happy chill Sunday streaming. Hello, Flucus. Welcome in. Some more monkey. Return to Monkey Island.
It's like there's a welcoming committee.
Uh-oh. Do you have to scare away the... Okay, adorable hedgehog.
Mind your mama, little prickly kids.
Yeah, little prickly kid.
Hey, little fella. Wow! The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare endangered Melee Island mop handle tree.
Do you have anything to cut it down with?
The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare endangered Melee Island mop handle tree.
We just need one handle. We don't need all of it. Just take your knife and then cut the wood. The sharp knife.
Hack off a branch. Please work.
Well, I don't want to be hacking the bird. Okay, see, yeah, there we go.
Except for ours.
So how's everything going for you, Flukas?
So you're gonna chop down the entire tree or
What?
something?
He only needed a handle. Oh no! I guess he wasn't able to. Oh no! Oh no! Well, we got a handle, a mop handle. I feel so sad. Everybody's sad. Oh, like burned down the tree and.
Another resource has given its all in support of my personal goals. It's what nature is for.
Even the little deer is crying.
I must have startled them while I was whittling. Some animals are quite skittish.
Oh my gosh. That's just awful. Don't you feel like a schnook? Don't you feel like a schnook?
Hey, little dear.
Like, they were so happy to see us. Maybe we should just get on out of here, huh? Leave the forest and don't ever come back. Do we have any cheese for these people?
I carved it myself.
Yeah, all right, great. I hope it was worth it.
It's my very own,
What are we
very
gonna
sharp,
put this
non-magical
connect the
ceremonial
sponge
knife.
to the mop handle? Oh, it's like a hobby horse. You got string.
I made him up.
Sweet.
Yay! Hey, kitty. Welcome
It's a
in.
single perfect
Hello.
instrument that I will keep and use for a lifetime.
Sure you will. I can't believe. Let's leave. I feel so horrible.
I'll take a shortcut back.
Yeah, it's a good
Many
idea.
hours.
It's all we deserved and then some, to tell you the truth.
I'll take a shortcut back.
Okay. Now we made a mop. Who wants our mop?
Well, it's for the job, so if we look at
Oh, that's right. It's a job on his ship. So we need a disguise. Because they say, we got a mop. But now we need to get past the...
the nightmare customer.
Remind me never to eat here again. It's Carla's copy of Ingredients by Barbie LaFleur.
Can we take it back?
Coming along
Busy?
nicely. Yep.
You gonna take back the book?
The plaque says,
Oh,
in memory
well,
of
probably
moving
fine.
seagulls of old.
So much to do.
Aw, Chad. Haven't you done enough damage to the thing?
The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
Got him up.
Look at my new mop. I made it myself.
That's a fantastic mop. Absorbent, expertly carved handle. It should last you a lifetime of fine mopping. Seems like a lot, but okay.
So can you switch your mop with his mop?
You got a mop.
I know, but his mop is better.
At least they look healthy.
Maybe that's not the purpose. You know, maybe we don't need to be worried about the mop.
It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it.
But I was
Then
curious.
you have a
if we
packet of
could.
stick-on stars.
Is there any ingredients we can actually take here that we might need?
It's Carla's copy of Ingredients by Barbie
Really
LaFleur.
crying. I'm gonna go check on the cat. So I'll
This
be
will
right
be
back.
excellent.
Ugh, I remember that stench as if it were yesterday. Ugh, I remember that.
Oh,
Would you make crackers if I gave you some cracker mix?
That stuff is strictly for home and office use. We pros don't touch it.
oh, that was
3 teaspoons in a tablespoon.
correct. 3 teaspoons.
So much to do. Do I really have to salt it so often? Ingredients indeed.
I wonder if taking that photo is necessary in the case of like similar Monkey Island 3 or something.
Nice hat pin.
It's the emblem of a secret society I belong to.
Really?
Don't be ridiculous.
Yarr. Nice hat pin.
Beat it, creep.
Nice hat pin.
Beat it, creep.
Nice hat pin.
Beat it, creep.
I was saying hat pin. It's like a fishing lure or something. Hey, is it over here? Locksmith ahead?
Hello, Mr. Brush.
Hello.
Ah, there it is.
How much for the fishing lure?
It's not for sale. This is a locksmith shop. Perhaps you saw the sign outside?
Oh, I'd really like some crackers.
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
I found some cracker mix. You could bake fresh crackers in your furnace.
Thanks. The ones on the plate were getting a bit stale. Take some if you want.
Don't mind if I do.
Ah, there we go.
Hello again. I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
I see a peninsula trailing off into small islands, but no X marks the spot.
It's southern Florida. I have family there.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
I've got enough to last me.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Mission accomplished. Comment about the crackers reminds me of the pot pie made Mux last night. He hasn't had a fully from scratch chicken pot pie ever in his memory. So did you make the crust and everything? I don't think I've done a chicken pot pie with homemade crust before, but I've done that for like just a standard pie before. Still tends to be easier just to go buy the roll-out crusts and stuff like that, but depends. Like when growing up, my mom taught me to make everything from scratch. With Melissa, it was a lot more of just bake stuff out the box. Yeah, I make the dough from scratch.
I think it's a
and
chandelier.
roux for gravy filling. Nice. So what do you do for the dough? I'm guessing you put you have to cut butter into it as more like a pastry dough.
Looks sort of like an eye.
Nice. This controller is interesting. It's like a Zelda themed controller for the Switch, but it also has little controllers or little buttons underneath here as well. I don't know if there's any use or any games that use them, but maybe you can program or something. Voodoo tricks you can do at home.
Warning, do not try these tricks at home.
At the end of the plank.
The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station.
At the end of the plank. That's interesting. This one showing it's a purple one.
The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station.
Yeah, little water until it's workable.
Does not include Secret of Monkey Island.
Ah,
I tried to read that once, but I couldn't finish it.
ah.
Warning, do not try these tricks at home. It's thicker than I would have imagined. The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station.
Welcome back.
Hi. At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
What's that lock?
A famous lawyer used that to keep people from stealing his front doormat.
What's this lock?
It's meant for bachelors to secure their apartments. And please don't touch the glass.
What's this lock?
A famous lawyer used that to keep people from. And please don't touch the glass.
What's this key?
That unlocks your house. And please don't touch the glass.
These are nice.
Thanks.
Come on. Can I please try your key grinder?
Seriously, I don't much care if you grind off a finger. But I don't want to have to clean up afterwards.
What more can you tell me about the golden keys?
Not much. I was just a kid, and mysteries have never been my thing. Too messy.
I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
Handsome looking parrot.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
Don't tell me how to live my life, woman.
Okay. There we go. What's going on?
Got crackers. I just gave the cracker mix to the locksmith.
Ah, something, let's see, pie crust from scratch. So much cheaper. It's just flour and butter. Wow. Did you even read the chat?
Yeah.
Ah.
That was, she was mentioning, because when I bought the crackers, Kitty mentioned it, reminded her of the,
Of a pie dough
like
she uses.
yeah, like a chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
16 cups in a gallon.
From
So
scratch.
Speaking of which, you made chicken pot pie yesterday. How did it taste? A roux for the gravy and the filling. So how did everything taste? And yeah, don't tell them how to live their life.
Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Yes.
Nice. It's always good. Was that your first time making a chicken pot pie? And it was a huge hit. That's awesome. We make turkey pot pie when it's Thanksgiving. Best you've ever had. That would be Mox, right? He read the book. You make it for yourself all the time. Gotcha. Well, it's an easy thing
Property
to do, and it tastes
foreclosed
really
by
good.
order of Madison
so,
Enterprises.
Absolutely. I'm out of breath because I was out there feeding birds, and making sure cats. One cat wanted in, the other, and Sophie wanted back out.
The note says, forced to...
But it's nice today. It's 67.
Looks like a
It's
volcano
not
island
even
with
that high.
horns that swallowed a basketball. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine.
So are you
and
lost?
She showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work.
Is there something over here?
Employees only. It seems to be stuck closed.
Can you use a knife to pry it? A knife might come in handy. been having a hard time
That
all day
never
trying
ends
to
well for the
decide what
knife.
to do. Some days are like that though, aren't they? I mean, you sit on, I was like, what am I going to stream today? What should I do? Should I go? But today I've been uber productive.
Big card.
So woke up. I think I put on some music that I like to listen to and was just totally charged and ready to go. I'm having an odd day with no energy and no motivation. Some days are like that
Little
though.
Monkey Island was first released on this one.
Do you know it? I don't know.
I thought they meant the year. That one I knew.
Oh yeah, but maybe it was released on an IBM. No, it seems like to Amiga. I don't know.
No.
Well,
I don't think it's the C64.
Okay.
But the other three could be feasible.
Not on Atari ST.
No, I think those. I'm thinking the Amiga or IBM PC certainly.
Yeah.
Maybe the Atari ST, because I think I do have at least one Atari game.
So maybe you just need to do a downtime. Maybe you just need to watch some, watch some show or do something else, and try not to beat yourself up because some days are like that. You just don't have tons of energy.
Dead pirates are standing camp on Terror Island. Don't know how to get there.
Yeah, some of it we just won't be able to answer. I feel like I want to do an emote artwork, but again, it's about focus, absolutely. Yeah, some days it's just good to take my watch tells me all the time, some days it's good not to take on the world. Like if I do it too much, and my heartbeat's going really fast, and they're like, you're burning the candle at both ends. Sometimes it's best just to step back. I got that. Oh, I know, nothing wrong with a down day, but I still feel like doing something. Maybe something low-key that you haven't expected.
Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
Your office is all boarded up.
I've been to the shipyard. Your office is all boarded up, with your toothbrush sealed inside, presumably.
Well, don't worry yourself about it then, son. I found a dead centipede in the corner that should do until they let me out.
What was he going to do with
sure
his
you
toothbrush?
don't want me to break you out?
Ask.
115%, son. But thanks.
See you later.
Yep.
One thing is I was learning about time management and stuff like that at my work.
It
And it
says
still applies
jail
in real
rules.
life.
1,
that
no
you
escaping.
can have, you should, figure out what are the priority chores, what are the ones, the priority is the ones you absolutely must get done. The secondary ones are ones that should be done, but they can wait a little longer. And then there are some that they need to be done sometime, but they don't have to be done right away at all. They're not even, and it's okay if you push back. Then figuring out, do some of those low-level ones, this is what they call the C ones, when you're feeling kind of malaise and you don't have a lot of motivation. Those are the tiny little tasks. And if you just set yourself 15 minutes, that's 15 more minutes than what you did. And then you reward yourself. So yesterday we walked 1.5 miles over to a ice cream store, and it was hard because I'm out of shape and I haven't been doing a lot of walking. And so when we got there, we rewarded ourselves with some ice cream. Now Chad would say it was very expensive ice cream. I have to agree, but it did taste pretty good. And so I guess that's the thing. A little bit of time and then reward yourself for the time spent. The big thing is the stuff that needs to get done, needs something specific to be done first, that requires work done that we can't do until next week. So you see, you've got to find something else on your list to focus on so you can do the small things. I guess that's the thing. When you're not feeling terribly motivated, sometimes the smallest thing, and the small things could be just go take a nap. Nothing else on that project can be done. So you've reached that wall until you have the supplies that are next week. See, that's the kind of thing. A dresser that needs to be acquired, and you can't put clothes in it if you don't have a dresser. Got it? Which you're not going to get until next week, which makes sense. So then then you can't organize more of the stream room until that's done. Sometimes it's like it, right? And that's what I was seeing when I apply it toward like my work. There are some things I can't get done unless somebody else does their part. And I can't control if they don't do their part. And you just gotta wait for it to happen. I just did think of something else I could do though. There you go. And it's okay, and so you'll be right back. Problem solved. And you solved it all on your own. Something you could do. So thank you so much for hanging out and talking to us today. So, visit the locksmith. This is you ever see the crude graffiti? Have you ever see it? Don't we just walk up to it and...
I think it's a chandelier.
Hey, kid.
Is there anything in his cell?
I'll stay on this side of the bars, just in case.
Okay, good idea.
No offense, but I want to be sure you don't waste your whole day in here. A guy like you's got things to do.
The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better.
That's Wally's. Do you know where you want to go next?
Yeah.
It doesn't look finished.
Okay. Did you read that sign over there?
Which one? The one that says re-elect
Oh,
for governor?
gotcha. Yeah, you're mine. Do you have this puzzle figured out?
Now we're gonna see how.
Crackers.
There's something else.
Did you try the crackers?
No, that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm kind of wondering if we have to do something else with them, or
Now hit the display case. Where's the display case? There we go. Get the key. You get.
I'm trying to which key.
It was a museum key. Steal the iPad. Meanwhile, at the mansion, did we steal the eye patch?
I think I got it.
Meanwhile, at the mansion.
What do you expect me to do, Elaine? Issue a proclamation?
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to generate public support. I'm working on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
But we can put a requirement on ships traveling to the north. There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
But it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
I've come a long way. Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
Okay, I don't know why I saw that. Okay, it's just Carla. We don't even have her book.
I think we'll eventually get it.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Governor stuff, you know.
Okay, go see the voodoo lady.
Yep.
Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done.
Yeah, actually better than some portraits I've seen.
I like the cute graphics. It's starting to grow on me.
I mean, I didn't mind. I mean, it kind of gives me a Curse of Monkey Island vibe in a way. Pretty sure. Yep. Arr.
Classic and subtle. Like me. But I don't need to be wearing this right now.
Why is his nose all red? Pink.
Next time I'm in a drum circle, this would come in handy.
Yeah, in case you wanted some voodoo hunter force or something. Thing that is neat is the voice actor for Guybrush, Dominic
Aramato.
Yeah, has definitely been very engaged in promoting things.
Oh yeah, he's very prolific.
And,
you can follow him on
even
Twitter, and
mentioned-
he's
I
definitely
mentioned,
very
at least from what I
engaged.
heard, it sounds like he had a lot of fun with this.
And he also
he said,
is playing it.
And he said that, like, oh yeah, he had a lot of fun voicing Guybrush again.
According to his Twitter, he's playing it.
Well, he's even mentioned he was able to play like some early bit. Stop interrupting me.
Just say excuse me.
No, will you stop interrupting me?
Can you fix this?
Oh, now do we have to go do a bunch of extra things for this?
Ah, the famous eye patch disguise of John Laney. As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away.
Good. Great. So, can you charge it up again?
I can. If you bring me one more thing. A particular charm of great power.
You couldn't have told me this earlier?
I could have. You must bring me the bite of 1,000 needles. Then I will recharge your eye patch.
The bite of 1,000 needles. Can you be a tiny bit more specific?
No.
All right. See what I can do. Can you tell me where to find the bite of 1,000 needles?
I wish I could.
Me too. Got any other mystical advice or information for me?
No.
I've always been impressed by your chair.
Thank you.
The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes. They'd make a great dress.
Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, half of half of half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it. Not for me. Looks like it's been there forever. Someone's very excited I'm looking at this sign. Not very practical.
It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair.
It says everything must go, but it says it with numbers. It's torn and ugly, but strangely compelling.
Well, another thing I did in the at the Cooks, I took the painting off the wall.
Hey, Wally. Nice weather.
Yep.
Hey, kid!
Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
Are you sure you don't want me to break your...
150.
See you later.
Yep.
Hi there.
Hello. Hello again. I think I'll browse around.
Try not to touch any.
We can switch the crackers.
I told you I gave her the cracker mix, and then she gave me the old set of crackers.
Doesn't matter, we got the package. So. I thought we needed the beard on the wall too. See the white beard?
Crossword?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm working on acquisition leads. The museum hasn't got a centerpiece now because someone walked away with my eye patch. I'm not sure how they got past the guard parrot. But rest assured, I'll be beefing up security immediately.
Good idea. You look busy.
I am.
Isn't that the white beard on the wall?
Melted
Oh,
mug?
it's a melted mug. Okay. I thought
Tell
the
me again
beard
about the
was
mug.
like a white
It was
beard.
found in the Malay jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates
Don't eat
escaped.
that, then. Anything there for the fowls and needles? Say, yeah, you've pretty much cleared that place out.
Ooh, trivia card. I think some of these just kind of randomly appear. How many different geckos can you spot at the monkey head location? What does the sign at the monkey head location say? The ghost chicken with digestive trouble is called. Yeah, there's a warning poisonous snakes.
Look at that.
I don't really have anything to say.
Practices.
Maybe it's the cook.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Cook.
Or maybe even that lady. She's cryptic.
It's Carla's copy of Ingredients by Barbie LaFlay. Busy?
Yep. He'll never complain again.
The plaque says, in memory of
Always
women
confused
seagulls
about
of old.
baking versus roasting.
Busy?
Yep.
It's Carla's copy of Ingredients. Active little guys, aren't they? Remind me never to eat here again. Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand here before bursting into flames. Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my...
Yes.
Waiter, I can't understand why this is taking so long. Just bring me what the governor served me last week.
Of course, sir. Sorry for the delay.
Maybe they know what
Nice hat pin.
Beat it, creep.
Notice that it's like a fishing
Yo ho!
and the blacksmith also has a fishing.
Don't look now, but I think there's a leech on your chin.
Buzz off.
This one's odd. It sounds like a woman, but looks like a guy. Looks like
reminds
just a
me
very-
of the guy that was a bug-eyed guy. Kind of sounds like that voice.
Expedition to Fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here. Hey,
What is it?
come on, let me have the swabby job.
If you were anybody else and you had a mop, I'd hire you. But you're you. So I'm sorry, I can't.
Hey,